All right, everybody. This is Brian, and I'm going to be doing the Standards of Conduct training today. This is a relatively new document, so you might not be immediately familiar with everything in it, hence why we're doing the training. It's pulled from our Policy and Procedures Manual, and we're just reviewing this information so that everybody in the company is generally aware. As a member of New Day, you agree to uphold the following principles, which I'm going to talk about now. New Day attempts to act consistently with all employees, and these standards of conduct, again, which I'll be talking about, have been established so everyone at New Day has a set of rules that will help maintain our day to day relationships with other employees, community members, and the agencies we work with. It is important that everyone be able to follow the same set of guidelines so everyone is treated fairly and equally. The company does have a policy of equity, which means that everyone is treated equally, but we do make adjustments based on personal situation. The company does use progressive discipline or disciplinary action if there's a problem or rule violation. That means that rather than jumping directly to employee termination, we try and do disciplinary action. That's what write ups are, that's what warnings are, in order to correct the behavior before that kind of rope has to get cut. Um, Depending on the circumstance, though, we may need to terminate an employee, and the following is a list of things that could require progressive discipline or termination, depending on severity of the case and or frequency of the issues that are coming up. Please be aware that this does not include everything that could require discipline or termination, but it's the standard list that we have. A failure to perform job duties and obligations that are laid out in any job description or other company manual, inefficiency, incompetence, or negligence in performing job duties, an inability to perform essential functions of the job after necessary accommodations have been made, refusing to follow directions or and assign tasks from an authorized supervisor, so long as those directions are reasonable, behavior that embarrasses or harms the company in any way, insubordination or conduct that is unbecoming of an employee of the company, or conduct that is detrimental to order and discipline in the area, sexually harassing another employee, don't do that one. Anything to do with drugs and alcohol that would negatively impact the company, so don't do drugs and alcohol at work, don't have it in your car, don't take it to work sites, don't show up to work drunk or high, um, don't do anything related to controlled substances that would negatively impact the company. Um, Careless, negligent, or improper use of company property, equipment, or funding, excessive talking or interfering with others in such a way that it impacts their ability to do their job. Don't distract people by talking. Accepting gifts in exchange for influence or favor, which is done in an official capacity. Tardiness in returning from breaks. Improperly using your sick leave. Failing to contact your supervisor within 30 minutes of your shift starting on a day when you're sick. Just letting them know that you're not going to be there. Stealing on the job, don't do that. That one's easy. Don't do that one. Pattern of failure to report for duty at an assigned time and place, not showing up to work on time at the correct spot repeatedly, refusing to sign forms that the company needs in order to document our compliance with state and federal agencies, unauthorized disclosure of confidential information, becoming a party to a conflict of interest situation, absence without leave, failure to maintain high standards of hygiene and neatness, misstatement or deception in your employment application. Make sure you keep your driver's license or vehicle insurance if your job requires it. Most folks at the company are required to have a driver's license. Make sure you keep up on that. Failure to request overtime from your supervisor before working it. For a lot of you in the State Department, it's super common for you guys to get overtime. That's fine. Just make sure that your supervisor is aware that you're going to get overtime and is okay with it. If you think you're coming up on that, just inform your supervisor so that we can get approval done. Violating a company policy which is contained in a specific department's operating procedures or the employee handbook. Exempt employees who take partial day absences that would impact job performance. Improper use of a company credit card. That one's a felony. Don't do that. That, that one's just a felony. We would rather you not get a felony. Exploiting a participant or an agency for personal gain. And that's pretty much it. Or that's what's on my list. Again, that doesn't include every single thing that could be, but it's what we got. Okay, that's all. Thanks everybody. Good luck. We'll pray for you.